Gentlemen and ladies, welcome to the Cut and Debate Show, hosted by Stellar Cuts. I'm Mike. This is my co-host Cheyenne. We're here in beautiful, sunny Miami, Florida, in Wynwood at Stellar Cuts Barbershop. We want to thank you guys for joining us for another beautiful episode, and we got a lot to talk about today. So, with that being said, Shy, how would you like to start, man?
So this is how I'm gonna start. I came into the barbershop today, and obviously Mike was already talking shit.
You already know.
Because I come in and everybody is already calling me. They say I'm 0 for 6. That was my nickname today,
Over.
which was bull crap because I was 4 for 8. And I just was telling Mike with my picks of the week, I tried to make it fun. And I tried to be like, oh, let's do the competitive thing. I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm just gonna groove this shit out.
Everybody's got an excuse, bro.
Now I'm gonna go, and there's no excuses. The picks we picked was the picks we picked. Moving
so
forward.
You thought Miami was gonna win? That was like one of you were trying to make it competitive things?
No, I'm gonna tell you why Miami won, and I'm gonna tell you why Milwaukee lost.
All right, tell me.
When we go to the games of the week.
Okay,
when we go to the let's go
right.
through the NBA news first, and then we'll get to the picks of the week. I'm gonna
all right,
go ahead.
How eager I am to talk about these picks, so we're gonna talk about the news first. We'll get back to that.
He's so eager to whack ass Miami.
It's all right, man. You can hate the boys all you want to. When all is said and done, we blew you boys out by 40.
I'm not even a Milwaukee fan. All right, go ahead. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't know the answer to that question. What is your team of choice? Like, do you have
I don't have a favorite team. I just have favorite players.
What kind of basketball fan are you?
I like good games. So I just like players. When Kobe was on the Lakers, I was a Kobe fan. So I like watching the Lakers. When Russ was on OKC and not the Lakers, I was a OKC fan because I like watching him. I don't have like a team where it's like, oh, this is the team that I
bro, I got a lot of respect for you, but that says a lot about your loyalty, man.
That's not, because when it comes to like other sports, but as a former hooper, I never really had an affiliation because it's like I would just rather root for the team who paid me the most and whoever.
Which makes sense.
Exactly.
Totally makes sense. Like me, I'm a fan. Like, I've never played professional basketball, so I just got to react as a fan. And as a fan, I have a favorite team.
Exactly. And
wow.
We see that.
No, definitely.
We see your favorite team. But go ahead. Let's get into the top NBA news of the week, starting with Ben Simmons. He did the shit that we thought he was going to do. I'm not even, and so I have a new nickname.
I called it last week, son. I called it.
I have a new nickname for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is now Bitch Simmons. He is no longer, he can earn his name back
the bitch.
When he starts doing, real dude stuff. Like, but right now, Bitch Simmons came up with a whack injury, which nobody can really test for, a back or mental health. You can't test for back issues or mental health issues, so whatever.
The funny thing is they cleared him on the back issues, and because they cleared him on the back issues, he brought up the mental health things.
And that's what I'm saying. That's where you get the nickname Bitch Simmons, because you can't come in there to get your money. You're gonna get paid now, so
right,
you found a little. Rich told you, and Rich is a smart man. And I'm saying Rich, I mean Rich Paul.
I told you last week that he might pull this like what Markelle Fultz did. Markelle Fultz kind of like opened that door when he pulled the whole I can't shoot shoulder injury thing. You know what I mean?
Still get your money and then not have to play. It's the biggest jug in NBA sports.
Literally.
But the thing about Ben Simmons, Bitch Simmons, is that he showed up with his cell phone in the first day, wouldn't do defensive drills the second day, came to the thing, got kicked out the second or third day, and then now he comes back and says, I have mental health issues, back issues, and all that other stuff. Biggest bitch move I've ever seen in my life. One thing that I will say about Ben Simmons, it's going to take you years, and I mean a couple years, for people to give you any type of respect as an elite athlete in the NBA. I wouldn't want you on my team right now. You just killed your trade stock. You killed your trade value. Rich Paul is a genius by making him do that for these next 4 years. It's just the years after where you're going to suffer. You're not going to suffer these next 4 years. These next 3 years, you're going to suffer after that.
Bro, I'm utterly disappointed by what Ben Simmons is doing.
Bitch Simmons.
Ben the Bitch Simmons. I'm utterly disappointed. I wanted to see the best teams play basketball this year, and I believe Philly had a really good chance at making a playoff run. I still think they're going to make noise in the regular season. I don't know how their playoff series is going to look just because they don't have a real team right now. Their star point guard is MIA, so to speak, mentally.
Well, they have Maxey. Maxey's okay. He gives you good energy. He's a good young guy.
Maxey's a good guard, but he's supposed to be coming off the bench. That's part of your depth. True. You know what I mean? You just made your backcourt, not your backcourt, but you just made your bench weaker But you know what I mean?
By
Like
making him have
whatever.
to start. Yeah.
Look, I don't even want to spend too much time talking about Ben Simmons personally. Like, you know what I mean? Because Bitch Simmons, sorry. Because once again, like I said, I don't even think he's worth the time we're investing in him. I don't think he's worth the time anybody's investing in him right now. Like, I just feel really bad for that organization. I honestly do believe they'll find a way to come back around it. I love what Joel Embiid did before the game yesterday. How he was telling the crowd, relax. Ben Simmons is still our brother. And blah, 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 blah.
Professionalism at its finest.
I gotta say, there were times when I didn't like Embiid because I felt like he was a little arrogant or whatever the case was. He won all of my respect yesterday by doing that. All of it.
That's professionalism at its finest. Because what he's doing is he just, like you just said, he just gained a fan base. If he didn't have a fan, he already has a fan base, but his fan base just grew because it's like, hey, all this stuff that's going on, he's still our brother.
He was still being a man.
I still want to be a good teammate.
Right.
Even though it's phony as shit. Like, he knows what he's doing, but it just gave him kudos.
A part of me felt the same way. Like, he was just doing that to be politically correct.
Yeah.
And then, you never know what's going to happen in the future. They might find a way to get Ben to, like, play for the team.
Bitch.
So at least Embiid is doing the right thing by trying to keep shit cordial. You know what I'm saying? Because when all is said and done, I mean, Embiid's getting his money regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Embiid's going to ball out regardless. He's going to get his numbers regardless. Not having Ben Simmons on the floor is just more ball time for you. You know what I mean?
Oh, he was going to get that anyway. He's the number one
100%
option on the team, so he's going to get that anyway.
100%. But at the same time,
yeah,
it doesn't change what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to do it. So, again, Embiid, where I might have hated you last year, I like you this year. Keep doing your thing. Bitch Simmons, we need to find a way to get you the fuck off the roster.
Yeah, you're going to – you already found a way. Like, you're out of there next year. They're going to trade you. They're going to figure out something. They're going to trade you like Sacramento, Cleveland. Cleveland will take you. Nobody wants to play in Cleveland.
That's facts.
Yeah, Joakim Noah said it the best. Whoever said, I want to go on vacation in Cleveland. Like, so you're about to go on a long vacation in Cleveland, and then you're going to be miserable, and you'll probably retire by 26, which is a sad story.
Very sad story.
Another thing in the news, the NBA top 75 players of all time came out. This list is the best NBA players over the course of, I guess, the last 50 to 70 years, because there's a lot of people on it that surprised the hell out of me. Was there any surprises for you on the NBA list?
Oh, okay. So I hate to use the word surprises, right? Because I feel like the names that are on the list in some way, shape, or form belong there. But at the same time, I feel like some of them are there prematurely because we haven't seen their full body of work yet.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I mean, there's certain people who I do believe belong on that list. So I'm not gonna take anything away from what they did. And then I think it's hard to like compare decades, if so to speak.
Well, go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's hard to compare eras. With that being said, it's subjective, but I like the fact that D Wade made the list. Obviously, you know what I'm saying?
He deserves to be on there though.
No,
D Wade is an actual icon in the game of basketball. He deserves to be on there.
Right, which is facts. I love the fact that Reggie Miller made the list, but there are some guys who I feel like didn't play long enough. Like Bill Walton was only in the league like 7 years or something like that. Great basketball player for the time that he was in the league, but he doesn't really have the numbers to stack up to being one of the greatest. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, he played in an era where there wasn't too many people 7 feet doing what he was doing. So let me not take away from that. I never watched Bill Walton play, so I don't want to take away from that. But at the same time, like I said, I don't know if he belonged on the list. With that being said, I didn't want to dissect the list too much because everybody who's on there was put on there for a reason, and I didn't want to insult anybody. I'm not on the list.
Well, I'm going to insult a couple of people. So a few of the people that I feel shouldn't have been on the list that are on the list. One, George Mikan. If anybody that is a basketball player knows the miking drill, the only thing this dude is famous for in our time, we weren't around in the 40s, 50s, whatever. Basketball really was just getting started, but we wasn't really around in the 40s and 50s. He's only known for one drill that everybody has to start doing when they're 8, 9, 10 years old.
Literally.
And it's the miking drill. Every kid who has ever played basketball has ever did the mic, knows the miking drill. That's the only thing he's on the list for, is the freaking miking drill. There's plenty of people that shouldn't be on that. I mean, there's plenty of people that should be on there that aren't in place of him, which is ridiculous. I think Paul Pierce is on there. I don't really agree with that. I agree with Melo. I agree with Chris Paul. I agree with LeBron. I agree with Russ because, like I told you a week or two ago, 3 triple doubles inside of in 3 different seasons is amazing. And you wanted to sit him for Rondo.
But yeah, damn real, and I still want to see him for Rondo. We're gonna discuss that.
We'll get to that. We'll get that's another topic.
We'll get there.
To go into snubs, I think there was a lot of people that were snubbed on this list. And for good reason. Tracy McGrady is number 1. Tracy McGrady, 7-time All-Star, Magic Hall of Famer, 5-time All-NBA selection. Definitely should be on this list. Who on this list that's on there, is a better scorer than Tracy McGrady? That one game alone against Houston Rockets when they were playing, I forget who they were playing against. We had 13 points in 50-something seconds.
It was crazy.
Hey, come on, man. That's unheard of. So him, Dwight Howard, 8-time All-Star, 8 All-NBA selections, 3-time Player of the Year. How do you not have him on the list? You have George Mikan on the list.
He almost got beat up by AD last night.
That's something different. They couldn't predict that was going to happen. That would have got him taken off the list.
Fast.
He should have still been on in the first place to get removed.
No, I agree.
Two or 3 other people, I really think Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker should have been on the list. Reason why? 4-time champions. 4-time champions in both of them. They're both going to be in the Hall of Fame. Tony Parker is a 6-time All-Star out of 17 out of 18 years, 17 playoff appearances with the San Antonio Spurs. Why wouldn't you be on a list? Manu Ginobili, same thing. 2-time All-Star, multiple playoff appearances, invented the Euro step. Every single person who is in the league now does the Euro step, and he invented it, but he's not on the list. Those are definite snubs in my eyes.
I'm not going to argue that. So my question is, what names would you take off the list? Because there's a lot of names that you're saying that should be added. So what names should they be replacing? Besides George Mikan.
There's a whole bunch of people from like the 1940s and 1950s.
But my issue is you can't discredit them because in their era, they were the best of their time. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the things where I say it's hard to compare eras. So if that's the case, we should take everybody off the list from before the 70s or 80s for that matter, because before that point, it was really just a primitive style of basketball. You know what I mean? As opposed to where now everybody's athletic and can dunk and can shoot a 3 and can step back dribble. Like, you know what I mean? It's a different era of basketball where the basketball has evolved to something different now. So I feel like it's hard to compare the eras. I wouldn't take anybody from back then off the list. Simple fact being, in their era, in their time, they belong there.
Do me a favor. Who's Dave Bing? Who the hell is Dave Bing?
Okay, once again.
Okay, who's Dave the booster share? The booster share. Who's that? Who the hell is Dave
the Boucher? Some shit like that.
Exactly. You don't even know how to pronounce it.
I know how to pronounce it. I'm not French.
You don't know how to pronounce that. So those two definitely off. Those are off the list. Sam Jones, I feel like I've known his name from somewhere. Hal Greer. What did Hal Greer do? How many points did Al Greer score?
This is not fair.
Have you seen anybody grow up with a Hal Greer jersey?
There's somebody 80 years old right now that's watching this show that's like, yo, I know Hal Greer.
Bob Pettit.
Okay, wait, I know who Bob Pettit is.
What'd he do?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You have a whole bunch of people on this list who should be taken off the list. I just named All-Stars, NBA Hall of Famers.
Okay, so look, I am not an NBA historian, okay? Guys, keep in mind, I am not over 40 years old, so with that, well, maybe a little bit, but I'm not over 50, so with that being said, there's a lot of guys on this list who I'm not going to know. I don't know what they contributed to the NBA. With that being said, there are a lot of people in today's era who do not know Michael Jordan. They have no idea what he brought to the NBA.
Who are these people? What island do they live on in the coast of Antarctica that they don't know Michael Jordan?
Wait a minute. There are 13, 14, 15-year-old kids right now who they know who Michael Jordan is, but they would say that LeBron is a much better player. They would say
they're going to say he's a better player, but they know who Michael Jordan is.
Right.
I can ask them who else is on here.
Okay, we're arguing generational gaps.
Like, Jerry Lucas.
You know,
I can ask him, hey, how do you like Jerry Lucas versus LeBron versus Michael Jordan? And they go, who the hell is Jerry Lucas?
We're arguing generational gaps. Once again, that's an age thing. It's an age thing. You know, we're arguing generations, but we can do that forever.
Accolades is accolades.
I get it. I think Michael Jordan is more known for his sneaker nowadays than he is for what he did on the basketball court. He's still known,
and everybody lines up in those stores every single. I just witnessed 2 people sitting on the internet this week or last week. There was a Jordan drop, and they sat there
fresh
on their phones refreshing, trying to get a couple of
The kicks are fresh. What can I say? The kicks are fresh.
exactly. And he's known for that. He should be on the list. Nobody was sitting in line refreshing for some Jerry Lucas's.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Dominique Wilkins made the list.
He should have.
I agree with you. There are a lot of people today that do not know who Dominique Wilkins is.
That's a good point. But more people that don't know who he is. I mean, there's less people that don't know who he is than the people who do know who Dominique Wilkins is because he was in a dunk contest versus Jordan. Dominique Wilkins was one of the best dunkers of all time before.
That's what he's known for, though. Like, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he's known for. Like, if he's known, it's because he was in a dunk contest against Michael Jordan. Nobody mentions how good he was during the actual game.
He's known for something. I don't know what the heck. I don't know what the heck Billy Cunningham is known for. What did he do? Did he assist?
That's because we're not old enough to know that. It doesn't take away what he did.
I'm not old enough to watch Walt Frazier. I wasn't old enough to watch Kareem Abdul. Well, I watched Kareem. No, I wasn't. He was in the 80s. I was young. I wasn't old enough to know what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did. I wasn't old enough to know what Moses Malone did. I didn't watch these guys play, but I know about them. They are generational talents,
right?
That will live on through the ages,
right?
Freaking Dave Bing is not.
Is that what that Bing search engine was created behind?
No, not at all.
Okay, that was,
I guarantee. Even if it was, he's not should be on the NBA list.
Yeah,
he should be on the Google list.
Throwing that out there. I don't know.
He should be on the internet list. The top 75 internet moguls.
Gurus of all time. Gurus. Oh, Jesus. All right. That was fun.
Picks of the week. This is where everybody's here. And this is why
we got a weapon.
I came into the barbershop on some bullshit because Mike was already talking this morning.
Damn.
Picks of the week. It was a tough week for me. Which
very tough.
Doesn't happen often. And I'm not going to make excuses. Very but the reason why it was a little bit tough was because I was trying to make it a little bit interesting, going with underdogs and stuff like that. I knew who was going to win.
Gurus do not have excuses. You have answers.
There's no excuses for
losers.
That's
what makes you a guru. You have the answer to everything.
Athlete statement 101. There is no excuses. What is this? I don't even know what the statement is.
I don't know where you're going with this, but you lost.
What is the statement?
Terribly last week.
But anyway, I lost bad.
Yeah.
So out of the last week, I went 4 for 8. Mike.
The guru shot 50%.
50% from the field.
The guru shot 50% from the field. The guru. Jesus Christ. Ben Simmons is shooting a better percentage than you for the field.
That's just stupid. Now, you know why? It was because I was trying to make it interesting.
Here we go again.
Let's go through the games. Let's go through the games.
Jesus Christ.
First game, Brooklyn, Milwaukee. Milwaukee took it home. Both of us, I believe, picked Milwaukee.
Yes,
correct?
Yes, we did.
Milwaukee's playing great.
They are playing really good basketball right now.
Man, now with everybody on the court, I don't see there's a lot of teams that are beating them.
I love how you threw that in there. Disclaimer: with everybody on the court,
Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Antetokounmpo, Portis isn't playing, but with everybody on the court, these dudes are a problem for the whole entire NBA, and I feel like they will repeat, except for one team in the West, we'll talk about later. But I feel like they have the best chance of a repeat.
I feel like they have the best chance to make the playoffs again. I honestly don't see them repeating. I saw a lot of chinks in their armor, a lot, especially when they were playing against Miami. And I know what you're going to say already. You're going to say, oh, they were missing 2 of their starters. Okay, and I get that. But still, their 2 best players, not just 2 random start. No, the 2 best players on that team were on the floor. So I don't want to hear any excuses from Milwaukee. You suited up, play basketball, bro.
I'll tell you when we get to that game. Golden State beat the Lakers. I felt like Golden State was going to win, but I felt like the Lakers were going to pull it out. The only reason why I felt like the Lakers were going to pull it out because it was the first home game of the season. Everybody was going to be hyped. The atmosphere was going to be crazy, which it was. But my point that I made in the beginning of this podcast is that the Lakers are old. The first 3 quarters, can't touch them. The fourth quarter, Golden State with a whole bunch of young guys, Poole, Steph, Draymond, and everybody. What's the tall dude's name? I don't know. But everybody that they have ended up having more energy towards the end of the game and pulled the game out. That's why the Lakers are not going to be able to compete the whole 82-game season, like I said, and then go deep into the playoffs. They're going to tire out. LeBron can't play 38 minutes a game. Melo can't play 38 minutes a game. Dwight Howard can't play more than 25, 30 minutes a game. Father Time is undefeated, and it showed that first game. I'm sorry. I still feel like I was
Like
right.
I said, I picked Golden State to win that game because Steph Curry's on a freaking tear this year. Bottom line. All right. I didn't pick the Lakers to win that game only because I know they're still trying to get themselves together. We don't even know what LA Lakers team we're going to see yet. So with that being said, like I said, the Lakers will look good in the second half of the season once they figure out how to manage their lineups, which they eventually will. And once they do, watch out Western Conference. But as for right now, Golden State's young, Golden State's hungry, and they got this guy on their team named Stephen Curry, who is amazing. And with that being said, we're on to the next.
I like their whole squad. Like they have a whole bunch of young.
Yeah,
killers.
that guy Poole is pretty good
Poole.
too.
I'm a fan of
Yeah,
Poole.
he's really, really good.
He is a stud.
Yeah.
New York and Boston. One of my teams that I said that you should probably watch in the season. Very exciting team that you should watch. I believe I said that. But I didn't go with them because I felt like, and I made a mistake. I thought Brad Stevens was still the
makes
coach.
Mistakes?
I am. I'm a human. I'm a human being.
Wait, you said you're a guru. Gurus are human.
In my human body
gurus.
form. In my human body form, I am a human. Inside of this, and it sometimes takes over.
The guru has a human side.
My human body form sometimes take over my aura, but I made a mistake. I thought Brad Stevens was still the coach.
Remember this day, remember this time, remember this minute. He just admitted he made a mistake, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't, and that never happens. It'll be the last time. The whole 82
like
games.
Like you said, it never happened.
Never happens. I didn't realize that Nia Long's husband, and I'm not even going to give him a name. Nia Long's husband was the coach of the Boston Celtics, which I completely forgot. And I wouldn't be able to focus on the Boston Celtics if Nia Long is my wife. I'm not worried about coaching. I had no idea that Nia Long's husband was the coach. And so for that simple fact, I would have picked the New York Knicks, obviously.
I'm dead. And it has nothing to do with the fact that the New York Knicks are just an amazing basketball team.
Won in 2 overtimes. It was a good game. Don't get me wrong.
Look, wait. They won in 2 overtimes, but the Knicks were blowing out Boston that whole game. Boston made it a game in the end of the game because Jaylen Brown played phenomenal basketball.
Absolutely.
But they were getting their asses handed to them.
Cool.
Then the Knicks did what the Knicks do. They ended up slacking in the second half, and they gave up a huge lead. They let Boston right back into the game, and then Boston made it into overtime off of a big shot by Marcus Smart, a big 3 by Marcus Smart. And then they made it into overtime.
2 overtimes with Jason Tatum playing like doo-doo.
Dog water. Like dog
playing
water.
like doo-doo.
And
he still went into 2 overtimes. Mm-hmm. Actually, I will say my guru sense was kind of right. But who would have known Jason Tatum was going to shit the bed? Who would have known that?
Yeah. But not for nothing. Kemba Walker going to New York automatically, to me, made them a better team. The fact that they're bringing Derrick Rose off their bench just added more depth.
It did.
I just had a lot more faith in New York because I think they're a little more weathered. And then also, you know how it is when a player leaves a team and gets sent to another team, and then they come back to play against that team, they kind of want to show out. So I had a feeling Kemba Walker was going to do Kemba Walker type things, and he did just that. He played an amazing basketball game, and I think that is the reason why the New York Knicks won the basketball game.
I agree. And I think as the season goes on, the New York Knicks are, like I said, 6 through 8 seed. Right. They are going to be James Dolan is your owner. You're gonna be inconsistent. You're gonna suck because he's inconsistent and he sucks.
Facts. Big facts.
It it's not like it's gonna be a great year for you guys. You're one piece away from actually doing something. And the one piece is getting rid of Dolan as your owner and then getting an actual good coach, like a solid good coach. But right now, you'll be fun to watch.
I also think they need a player besides Randall to be the focal point of their offense. Randall, I'm not going to call him one-dimensional, but he's a bull in a china shop.
Yeah, they need a guard.
Right. They need a big-time guard. I agree. And I like Kemba Walker. I'm not taking anything away from Kemba Walker. When I say a guard, I think it's like a 2 guard, like a swing guard, somebody on the perimeter who can get his own shot. Boom.
They need a
Speaking of which, when you said earlier Paul Pierce shouldn't have been on the list, I wanted to disagree with you, but I didn't feel like debating at that point. It was too early in the show.
I didn't mean Paul Pierce. I meant Paul George. I still don't think
Paul George does not belong on the list. I agree. Paul George, not yet anyway.
Paul Pierce is on the 75 list. Right. I'm saying a Paul George-esque player for New York.
Okay, all right.
I didn't mean Paul Pierce.
Okay, my bad.
You think Paul Pierce should have been on the list?
Hell yeah. The truth? What? He's got 3 championships in Boston. What?
That's a lie.
What?
The truth.
Paul Pierce was the best player on that Boston Celtics team. He's better than Rondo. He was better than Ray Allen. He was better than Kevin Garnett.
The heart of the team was Kevin Garnett. And the reason why they won, Doc didn't have to coach. They had Ray Allen, one of the best shooters of all time. They had Paul Pierce as another.
Kevin Garnett was the backbone of that team. He was the muscle of that team.
Absolutely.
The heart of that team was Paul Pierce. He was the closer. Why do you think they called him the truth?
Paul Pierce doesn't have heart himself. He got rolled out on a wheelchair after turning his big toe, or whatever he did. And he came back out in a wheelchair running, or he came out running like he was the best man ever. Like they gave him some special juice.
All right.
And then he tried to come in like he was the hero. That's ridiculous.
Section. I need you guys to get on his ass about this one.
Ridiculous.
Comment section.
No heart.
Please. I'm done.
He's not the heart of the Boston Celtics. Kevin Garnett was the heart of the Celtics.
Kevin Garnett that would be like saying that Udonis Haslem was the heart of the Heat. No, D Wade was.
No.
Udonis was the muscle.
Udonis Haslem still on the team, and he's still the heart to this day. Do you not agree? He's not even playing. And he's still on the team because he's the heart of the... They
only bring him in the game when they need him to hurt someone.
It's not even about the team. It's not about him playing. It's about the fact that
are the team
his leadership
from the bench,
his veteran competitiveness
from the bench.
Yeah, it means a lot to the team in practice, which means you're the heart, you're the pulse.
When do they
you're the glue.
When do they put UD in the game?
Never. At crunch time.
No, wait.
Crunch time.
They put UD in the game.
I mean, not crunch time.
There's times when they use UD. There are times when they use Udonis. They don't put him in crap time, because if they could have, that the 46 blowout against Milwaukee, when they were screaming for UD at the end of the game, we want Haslam. They would have brought him in. They didn't bring him in. Why? UD has a purpose. His purpose is to come into the game and throw elbows and use 6 fouls against whoever needs it.
Well, I mean, in the locker room, though, he's the locker room guy. Everybody needs the locker room guy. Whenever they needed to get back on track, Kevin Garnett was the person that brought them on track.
The guru in you just won't admit that I'm right. All right, Mr. Guru.
It can.
Can you jump into your human form real quick so I can just get that one off and then we can move on to the next topic?
Pause. All right, so Denver versus Phoenix. Denver versus Phoenix. Denver is one of my teams of this year to win in the playoffs, to go to the NBA Eastern Western Conference Finals. I didn't pick them against Phoenix, and they lost. I mean, they won, but I did. That was one of my games that I did it to make it interesting.
What do you mean to make it interesting? I picked the same team as you.
Oh, you picked
Phoenix? Both picked, yes.
Oh, shit.
We both lost that game.
Damn.
I picked Phoenix to win over Denver. I totally picked Phoenix. Keep going. My bad. I reached the trust.
So, yeah, that was a good... I mean, Denver is doing better than what we thought they were going to do without Jamal Murray, which is good, because when Jamal Murray gets back, they're going to be a hell of a team. This game next, the next game, the one I wanted to speak about, Miami versus Milwaukee. And I want to tell you why...
41 blowout.
Commercial break. Commercial break before we go to Milwaukee versus Miami.
Aquí.
Cuban coffee time. It's Cuban coffee time.
Thank you, sir. Muchas gracias.
Brought to you by the best Cuban coffee maker in Miami, Florida.
Azúcar. Para la calle. Oh, sorry.
Anybody who doesn't understand what Mike just said.
Thank you. Oh, my God.
Thank you. Anybody who doesn't understand what Mike just said, it doesn't speak Spanish. Sucre. At the bottom. Sucre.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Liquid crack.
Oh, fucking Miami, bro.
Liquid
I love this
crack.
place.
Anyway,
okay. So
Milwaukee versus Miami. The reason, like I told you, Milwaukee did not lose to the Miami Heat. Milwaukee lost to, one, not having their 2 starters playing, but not only that, they lost to Club 11, they lost to Tootsie's, and they lost to G5. I told you, when these guys come into town, they're going to party, they haven't been out in a while, they're not going to be focused. They did not lose to Tyler Hero. They did not lose to Duncan Robinson. They did not lose to Bam, whatever his name is. They did not lose to Bam. They lost to Club 11, G5, and Tootsie's. That's who won this game for Miami, and that's why they blew them the crap out on Thursday.
I'm ready to speak. Can I go? Because this is technically my segment right here.
There you go.
This right here.
This is your time to shine.
This 40 burger that we handed y'all, Mr. Oh, the Bucks are going to whoop us. Yo, it was fun. Look, I knew it was the problem when Vegas had us favored by 6 points to win. I was like, what? We're favored in Vegas? What the? Vegas thinks we're going to win this?
Because they knew they was throwing prostitutes at y'all at all the best strip clubs in Miami, Florida.
Yo, come on. Hey, you can say what you will. You got to be smart when you come to Miami, all right? If you're gonna play against the Heat, keep your goddamn ass at the strip club. Stay off the street. You got to go to the gym, getting your jump shots, getting your little sweats, and getting your little bets. Stop going to the club. I don't care where you from.
That's all it was.
I don't care. Milwaukee ain't got no hoes.
They live in Milwaukee. They
don't give a fuck about
you
the
haven't
butt.
when you walk around. As soon as I walk outside here, and I'm married, just by the way, and my wife sees this. But as soon as you walk outside here, your head is on a swivel. And when I mean on a swivel, it's not because I'm looking to help side defense. So that's what happened. Milwaukee
I like what you did there. That was actually funny.
Yeah, I know.
Funny.
I'm hilarious.
All right. The group is also a comedian.
But
who knew?
The Milwaukee Bucks, next time they play the Miami Heat with all of their players and all of their focus, will smash the Miami Heat.
All right. So look, I just want to say this. I just want to say this for the record. People are not giving Miami credit for the fact that they stepped up their defense. All right. Now I understand the Milwaukee Bucks are a great basketball team. Had all of their players been there, it might have been a closer game. It probably would have been a closer game, but I still picked Miami to win that game, not even knowing all those players weren't going to play. I still picked Miami to win that game. Why? Because defense is what wins. Their best defender, and PJ, did you see him giving Giannis fits?
He was motivated.
Like, bro, like
PJ Tucker was motivated.
He was. He came out in that first half hitting all kind of threes and he was playing on another level. Now, don't get me wrong. I do understand that the Milwaukee Bucks are a better basketball team when they have all their pieces, and we had all of ours. So I'm not going to sit here and act like, okay, we didn't just hand them a 40 burger because they were weak. We handed them that 40 burger because they were weak. But I believe if they would have had all their pieces, it would have probably been a 10 or 15 burger we would have handed them.
Milwaukee's weak?
What do you mean? They were weak because they were missing players. I said even if they had their players, I still believe we would have handed them a 10 or 15 burger. Period.
I feel like if you take the strip clubs out of the equation, Milwaukee still smashes you.
No. Your coach has one job. Keep you out the damn club.
You got to play basketball. I'm a grown man millionaire.
I don't give a damn.
I am a 25 to 30-year-old millionaire.
If that's the case,
I am in Club 11. Have you ever been to Club 11? It's one of the best times I've ever had in my life.
First of all, I can't party like that no more, bro. These people don't sleep. Like, these people want to be up and going to the club at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm in bed. That's when I wake up. Like, you guys are going to the club. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Club 11. That should be called Club Death.
Best time of your life. That's why you can't. You
Best
have no
time of your
legs.
life in the moment.
Anyway.
And then you wake up the next day and you're like, what the hell happened yesterday?
Quality win for Miami, though.
Thank you.
LA Clippers versus Golden State. I picked Golden State. This is one of the teams. This is one of the games that I brought myself back. I started getting back in the game on. Golden State is playing out of their mind because of one guy. I forget his name. Steph Curry is a killer.
I'm surprised you picked Golden State to win over the Clippers. Like, I know how you feel about the Clippers.
I like the Clippers this year, but I just knew Clippers hadn't played a game yet. Golden State was going to be on their second game, and they were at home. They were going to have the same energy as the Lakers had, and they did. As you saw Steph going nuts.
He did. He scored 40-something points that game. He went ham.
25 in the first quarter or first half?
True story, right? In the first quarter. There was a point in the first quarter where Steph had 24 points and the other team had 27.
Exactly.
Listen to what I just said. Steph by himself had 24 points and the Clippers had 27.
Don't even have Clay yet. Don't even have Wiseman yet. Wait till those guys get back. It is over for the NBA. They are back.
You would think he was just hitting threes, right? No.
Everything.
This guy was scoring from it was
whole
amazing
package.
It was amazing to watch.
Whole package.
It was amazing to watch.
Friday, Brooklyn versus Philly. I had Brooklyn. I knew Philly was going to crap the bed, even though they played good for 3 quarters.
They did.
But I knew Brooklyn was going to come back. I still got faith in Brooklyn, even without Kyrie. Brooklyn is still good, but I still feel like Philly is missing a lot without having Bitch Simmons.
Yeah, okay. See, now this is a game that I lost right here. And I didn't lose too many games last week, but this is a game that I lost. And then the reason why the reason why I put it on that I lost is because I just didn't know what kind of rosters we were going to be facing. Like with the whole Ben Simmons, Kyrie thing, and then these are the two teams that we're talking about. I had no idea what kind of roster either team was putting on the floor.
Excuses are for losers.
You're right.
That was the saying that I was trying to say earlier.
4-8 last week.
Exactly. Right? I have no excuses for that. My thing was I knew what I was going to do the rest of the season, so I wanted to get you in your confidence up because if I start out going 8 for 8, how are you going to feel? You're not going to want to come up here and do this. And I feel like this is a great thing for the people.
So is that your excuse?
There's no excuses.
That's your-
I'm 4 for 8. I was 4 for 8.
Oh, okay, but yeah, you were definitely 4 for 8.
Phoenix and LA.
Moving.
LA showed what LA is about, which is Father Time is undefeated.
Bro.
The Father Time Lakers lost to the Phoenix Suns because, one, they have a whole bunch of young killers. Cameron Payne, Ayton, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges,
Yo,
some killers.
did you watch the game?
I did watch the game.
All right.
And they three quarters, LA was in the game. Oh, no. They got smashed yesterday. I'm talking about the first. They got smashed yesterday.
Yes.
The reason why they have no continuity, they have no fluidity in their offense.
Did you see Devin Booker do the rock the bye baby?
Yes.
He did.
On
Oh,
Mikal
my
Bridges.
God.
It was Mikal Bridges, right? No, it was on
it was
Bazemore.
Bazemore.
He did it on Bazemore.
And then that's
Bazemore.
Westbrook's celebration. That is the Westbrook celebration. Westbrook is the one that always rocks the baby.
I mean, I don't think he created it though. I mean,
He didn't. No, but he does it almost every game. Well, actually, I've never seen anybody do that before. Westbrook.
everybody does that. Everybody does the rock the baby.
rock the baby.
Everybody does the short man
No,
thing.
the short man I've seen before, but the rocking the baby, the only person I've ever seen do that is Westbrook. The only person. I've never seen anybody
I
else
feel
do
like
that.
if we have clips, we should put clips of multiple people doing.
Okay,
the rocking the baby.
that's what we'll do right now. Our producer Angel, he's gonna be on top of that. All right, like he's gonna make sure that he finds the best clips of somebody else rocking the baby, which has never happened before, and then we're gonna put it on. Like I promise you, that's a Westbrook thing.
Angel, like, man, this man giving me extra work. All right,
Yo, for those of you who don't know, Angel's our producer. He's amazing at his job. We
Awesome.
appreciate him.
best producer in the game.
If you don't know, you better ask somebody.
Phoenix, I really like this team.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that and I think that's what's missing from the Lakers. Chris Paul has the veteran leadership, and he's about 35, 36, right?
I was gonna say they got you are such an oxymoron.
But
I
hold
don't
on a second.
understand
Hold
it.
on. Let me explain my point. Chris Paul is 36, 35, whatever he is, but he can go hard, come out of the game. He doesn't have to play 38 minutes and go hard, come out the game, and Cameron Payne's going to come out there and do what he's supposed to do. Mikal Bridges is going to take care of business. Devin Booker is going to take care of business. The whole team doesn't fall apart because the one person isn't on the team. Melo, LeBron, Dwight Howard, they can't sustain a whole 38, 35, 32 minutes like these young dudes. They need a young nucleus, which they can't afford because they went and got every single person that you know that has a big name that's an old person, and they can't sustain for a whole game. That's what's going to be their problem. And as the season gets it gets later in the season, injuries are going to start to kick in because they're playing so many minutes, like I told you before.
With that being said, I picked Phoenix to win the game just because I knew the Lakers were going to get up to a rough start because the Lakers are a mess. You know what I mean? Like, they're a mess right now. As
AD
far as-
almost whooped Dwight last night.
That would have been fun.
Gangster.
Hey, I actually wanted that to go down because that would have been the topic of today's show. But it's okay because we're talking basketball, not boxing. So with that being said, we're going to let that one ride.
I would want to see that.
Yeah,
son
but-
that boy.
No, that would've
Dwight,
been
you
funny
my
too.
man too, and you got son. I ain't even gonna let you. I'm gonna let you know.
It was real bad.
You got son.
Yeah, he sat you down. Like
It's probably because your hair purple. That's what it is. It's because you got purple hair. He felt like he can go at you. You better dye your hair back black.
Go back
People
black.
ain't gonna try
and
you.
then take out the extension.
Yeah, man. You gotta go straight dreads.
Yeah, man.
You gotta go straight dreads with it if you're gonna do dreads. You
it's
look
not very
crazy right
becoming.
now.
You look crazy.
You look like you about to go to Ultra Fest.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah,
then-
you got a son.
That's in Miami. You're in the wrong state for that. Okay, so that was Phoenix and the Lakers. That was the last pick of our games last week.
Week 2 picks coming up this week. This week's picks. I think it's going to be a little bit different this week. Everybody's gotten the jitters out. Everybody's gotten the bugs out of their system. They're starting to get the continuity, and they're starting to get together. The first game of the week, our picks, Philly versus New York on Tuesday, the 26th. Who you got?
All right, so look, this is probably going to be the toughest game for me to pick. Well, there are 2 games I had trouble with, but this game right here, I'm going to disclaim right now, this is probably going to be the toughest game for me to pick. I'm going to pick Philly, even though everything in my heart and soul is telling me to go with the Knicks. I'm going to pick Philly. Let me explain to you why I'm going to pick Philly. Getting past this whole Ben Simmons thing, I think they're finally going to get their basketball game together, and they've been playing good basketball lately without Ben Simmons. So I think they're going to come into this game with a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to try their best to beat New York. That plus the fact that I just don't think Julius Randle is enough to stop Embiid. So I'm gonna let that one roll.
Help side defense. I think that I kind of agree with you. I want to go with Philly. The only reason I'm not going with Philly is because it's in New York again. New York fans are alive again, and they have something to cheer for again. This team is very exciting to watch with a whole bunch of young guys. I'm going with New York, and I like Randall. I like Rose. I like Quickly. I like Toppin. I like all of the pieces that they have together. It's still not consistent, but you know, I feel like Philly might dog them, but I'm gonna go with New York.
Yeah, I gotta pick Philly only because New York had trouble putting away Boston, a depleted Boston where Jason Tatum played like crap. They were winning in that game, and in crunch time, they gave up a huge lead and let the game go into double overtime. They almost lost that game, like legit, almost lost that game.
Yeah, I got one game. I got one game to spare, and I feel like instead of going 8-0, I'll just go 7-1. So if that's the one, I'll pick this one. Next game of that night, Tuesday the 26th, Denver, Utah. I got Utah. I got my man. I got my man Donovan Mitchell coming through. I got my man Jordan Clarkson. I got Ingles. I got Gobert. Rudy Gay isn't playing. He's still out. I like this team. I think they have finally figured it out. They haven't played anybody as of yet, but this will be their first challenge, and I think it helps that they're at home, even though Denver is going to be a tough matchup. They got a lot of people that are very good. Michael Porter Jr., Jokic.
Who's playing great basketball, by the way.
Man,
Michael Porter Jr.
All those guys. I think it's going to be a good game, but I got Utah. I think the fans come out. Utah fans are whack, too. They like Phoenix fans. There's nothing else to do in Utah except go watch basketball and pick and grow potatoes. And I think they're coming to game.
Loves insulting fan bases, bro.
Utah wins in a close one.
All right, look, I really hate agreeing with this guy. It just makes it easier to debate if we don't agree, but I got to pick Utah to win this game also. Only reason being is because I know how those Denver-Utah matchups always work. And then the key to Denver winning is Jamal Murray. The Joker's a great basketball player, but when you have a defender as good as Rudy Gobert on the other side of the floor, you're not going to dominate the basketball game the way you want to. And I feel like him dominating the basketball game is what makes Denver so good right now without Jamal. So being that they don't have Jamal and they're going to be facing a defensive powerhouse in Utah, I'm going to give Utah that dub.
That's a good pick. Wednesday the 27th, Atlanta Hawks versus New Orleans. I like these young Atlanta Hawks. Cam Reddish feels like he's growing up, feels like he's coming into his own. I also like Trae Young. I also like Collins. I think this is a no-brainer without the 300-pound Hulk. What's old boy name? The big
Zion.
Zion. Without the Hulk, Zion Williamson. I think that Atlanta comes in and kicks the New Orleans Hawks.
This is not even a close one.
Pelicans, but
guys, this is not even a close game. Whatever the point spread is, take the over. Like this, bro. These guys are about to get murdered. Atlanta's about to come in there and put it on New Orleans. Like I don't even need to get into detail why. Atlanta's gonna blow New Orleans out. It's an easy one.
Atlanta's gonna get busy.
Yeah, ATL all day. Check that one in the books.
That same game, it's another game that same night. Portland versus Memphis. Man, I love this Memphis team. I am a big fan of this.
He
Memphis
definitely
team.
does because they're
Ja
gonna lose.
Morant. Now let me pause myself because I don't want. I feel like every time I say Ja Morant, like my voice changes. So let me get my voice back right. Ja Morant's a very good player. I feel like these young guys are a bunch of go hard basketball players. I do not have like a man crush on anybody, but I have a basketball crush on this Memphis Grizzlies team. But I think Portland, that crowd is nuts. Damian Lillard is dope. CJ McCollum is back. I think everybody, Nurkic, I think they got too much firepower for Memphis coming off. I think they're too deep. Pause. And then I think Portland comes out in a good win.
Damn it! I thought he was gonna say Memphis was gonna win. Damn it,
Guru.
Oh God.
This is a guru pick of the week.
This is gonna be an easy week for me, bro. Yeah, he picked my team again. Portland's definitely gonna win this game, bro. Portland's definitely gonna win this game. Don't get me wrong. I love Memphis, and Ja Morant's a great basketball player. And then Bridges is over there also, and then Bridges looks really, really good. No, not Bridges. What's his name? The guy Ja keeps throwing it up to.
What? On whose team?
Memphis? On Memphis. There's a guy Jared Jackson. Great basketball player. With that being said, I don't think they get any deeper than that. And then that's my problem with them. They're not deep at all. And then There's this one guy. There's actually two guys on that basketball team, but this is one guy specifically named Dame Lillard. Logo Dame. Dame shooter from the logo Lillard, whatever you want to call this man.
Damian Lillard? He plays on Portland? He's good?
You don't?
Is he
Dame?
good?
No. Showtime? Dame time? No.
Oh, Dame time.
That guy.
Logo Lillard.
That man right
Logo
there.
Lillard.
Lillard from the logo. That's the guy we're talking about.
Man,
so with that
cold.
being said, I'm gonna pick Portland to win this game easily. It might be close at some point. I just feel like Portland's gonna pull away in the second half just because they're a deeper, better team. John Moran is very exciting to watch, and he plays great basketball, but nobody can do it by themselves. Not even LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's a no-brainer. Portland. Check it in.
On the 28th, Thursday the 28th, we got Chicago versus New York. I am going with, man, this other these are two. This is tough because I picked these are the two. Well, you picked them as one of your teams to watch, but this was also one of my teams to watch.
Right.
Chicago. Lonzo is playing triple-double the other night. Lonzo's playing great. I like my man DeMar DeRozan's on there. We got Zach LaVine who's playing out of his mind. He is playing out of his mind. And then they got Caruso, where all this bounce come from.
I didn't even see that coming.
Yo,
like Caruso's basketball game, I did not see that coming.
Where did all this bounce come from?
Yeah, the guy's trying to make a statement.
My man Billy Hoyle Caruso. Billy Hoyle Caruso. That's his name. I got Chicago beating the Knicks in a good one.
Okay. I really, really like Chicago. Like they've really, really impressed me so far with what they've done this year. And if I'm correct, I believe both teams are undefeated. Are we right? Are both teams?
Yeah, they only play one game, one or two games.
I think it's 2 games. I think it's 2 things. I think both teams are undefeated. And if I'm correct about that,
I don't think the undefeated record matters right now because it's one or 2 games in an 82-game season.
I agree, but usually you can kind of like set a tempo based upon how they're doing. You know what I mean? Like if one team's losing already, then I would say, okay, you know, whatever. Long story short, they're both 2-0. They're both relatively new in the season. Oh my God, this is a tough one, bro. This is a tough one, but I'm not with that bullshit, so I'm gonna go for the New York Knicks, man.
Whoa,
yeah, bro.
That's a tough pick.
It's a tough pick.
That's a tough pick. I mean, it's a good game.
I need you to see this.
No, you picked that.
Yeah. No.
Oh, you switched it.
I'm switching right now. I'm switching. I was going Chicago, but I know you're on the Chicago side of things. I want to make this interesting. I'm gonna go with the Knicks, bro.
That's what I did last week, and it bit me in the butt. So
yeah, biting my butt doesn't happen.
Good luck. Wait, what? All right, so Golden State versus Memphis, same night, Thursday the 28th. Golden State at Memphis. I got Golden State. I mean, I love Ja Morant's team, but come on, Golden State.
Yeah, once again, that's just
it's just common sense.
Steph is
it's common sense.
Steph is a nightmare. As good as Ja Morant is, Steph is just a nightmare. He's a nightmare. Like I wake up sweating about Steph. Pause. But with that being said, yeah, he's a nightmare, bro.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Ja Morant.
I said my voice did change.
Ja Morant.
But that's wild. You wake up sweating about Ja Morant?
I play basketball. Imagine having to see that guy come.
You're not guarding him. Why do you sweat about him?
That's what it is.
It's not like he's on your mat. Like you're not coming into the barbershop and Ja Morant's here next week and you have to cut his hair.
We're not talking about Ja Morant. We're talking about Steph Curry.
I mean Steph Curry. You're not waking up.
I don't have to cut his hair. But I do play point guard when I play basketball. So I have nightmares about having to stick Steph Curry playing one-on-one basketball.
All of this is pause and flagrantable. This is a flag on the play.
So look, here's the thing.
10 yards.
It's only flagrantable if your head is there. We're talking about basketball, bro. Where's he at? This is the basketball conversation.
I understand. I'm sorry. That was crazy. I wake up in the morning.
This is coming from Mr. Ja Morant.
I sound crazy. I pause that. But it's just waking up. I don't wake up and sweat about
one more time. Ja Morant.
I don't wake up and sweat about no man. All right? I'm cool as a cucumber.
I said I have nightmares about him. Sorry.
So I wake up and sweat.
Yeah. You never woke up with a cold sweat from a nightmare?
Yeah, but not from no dude.
So what? There are females in your nightmares giving you cold sweats?
What is Steph Curry doing in your dream that you waking up sweating?
Crossing me up. Crossing me right up my shoes.
I don't care. I'm still not sweating off of that because I'm going to wake up and go back to my regular life. But anyway, let's go. Hey, that's hilarious. Friday the 29th. Charlotte at Miami.
Yes, sir.
As much as it pains me to say this, oh my gosh. Tyler Hero's playing pretty good. He's averaging 27 points a game to start the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, wait. Can you do me just for me one time? Can you say that again?
All right. So Tyler Hero's playing pretty good. The Miami Heat are going to win this for only one reason and one reason only. The young Charlotte Bobcats, whatever they are going to come into Miami. LaMelo Ball, who had on a lime green suit the other day.
Wow.
And a Urus, Lamborghini Urus.
Wild.
With all types of jewelry and shades, will definitely be in the club that night. Miles Bridges, definitely in the club that night. Terry Rozier, definitely in the club with them.
Club space.
Miami's going to win because they know better. Pat Riley doesn't play that ish day before the game. So Miami wins in a landslide versus Charlotte.
Yeah, well, once again, we're going to have to agree. I don't bet against Miami, bro. That's the home team.
Going to have a lot of losses.
You don't bet against the home team?
A lot of losses this year.
Let him tell it. Miami. He went 4-8 last week, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
First week.
You're right. It's the first week. You're setting a bad tone.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
That's not how you want to set the tone. That's not how you want to start off.
Absolutely. You
definitely
come
out strong.
You don't want to start off 4-8, and you definitely don't want to wake up sweating about Steph Curry.
Okay,
so Denver versus Dallas, Friday the 29th, late night game. I got Denver. Dallas, Luka is playing well. The team actually looks pretty good. Tim signed a new deal, so he's got fresh life. Hopefully when Tim comes into town, he'll be able to get on the show. Porzingis has always been.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. We don't even count Porzingis. But Dallas is playing well. I just think Denver at home.
Too strong.
They're going to do well.
Too strong. It's
their first home game, too, I believe.
Yeah, and they're just too strong. Denver's just too strong. Yeah. I don't think Porzingis or anybody from Dallas can stop the Joker. So
yeah, he is he is an all around player.
Very good.
Like, and he's fat. So it's like it's like it sneaks up on you how good he is.
Right.
Because his body size, he looks like he works at El Pollo Loco.
That just happened. Jinx, that just happened. That's wild. That's nuts. That's nuts. And I promise you, it's not on paper.
Hey,
holy
the fact that we both said that lets you know he really looks like an employee at Pollo Loco. El Pollo Loco is a chicken spot in Miami, Florida, in South Florida. And he looks like he passes out the number sevens.
All kind of Wendy's, KFC. We both said El Pollo Loco.
He looks like a 6'10" El Pollo Loco employee.
Big facts.
Passing out all the chicken. But I still feel like he's cold. Like everything he's able to do, pass, dribble, shoot, take knock down shots outside.
His post game is amazing. He got such
great footwork. He's cold. So I got Denver winning this.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'm just gonna agree. We're not even gonna fight about that. Yeah, Denver's gonna win that one. It'll probably be a good game because Luka's Luka, but other than that, Denver's just got too much firepower. Michael Porter Jr. is a really, really good basketball player right now. So I just see Denver winning that hands down. It's going to be a good game, I feel, at some point. But, there's just too much coming from Denver for Dallas to compete with.
Yeah, truly. So, picks of the week. That ends our picks of the week for this week. Tune in next week where we will be discussing some of the major topics around the league. We'll probably get back to Kyrie, seeing as he hasn't been playing yet, if there's any updates on that. A couple of the other Ben Simmons sagas and anything else that they got going on majorly.
I want to take one moment to congratulate Leandro Ball, Zaire Wade, Lance Stevenson. You all got called up from the G League, called up in the G League and made G League teams. So you guys are officially part of the NBA. Lance Stevenson's in the G League. Did you even know that, Lance Stevenson?
Lance Stevenson?
Yeah.
The one who blew in
the same one.
LeBron's ear?
The same one.
I could care less. There's a whole bunch of stuff I care about. Lance Stevenson being in the G League is not one of those things.
I actually thought he was good enough to make a basketball team.
He's not. You know why he's not? Because he blows in people's ears when they're on the ground. That's why he's not good enough to play basketball anywhere.
He actually drops people too. Like, he crosses over and shimmies.
You know what he does after he drops them? He blows in their ears because he's on the floor. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen any basketball player do.
LeBron was on my team when it happened. And I found it pretty funny.
I think LiAngelo shocked a lot of people.
Yeah.
Nobody saw him doing that. But I don't know why, because he averaged like 30, 40 points in high school, actually made it to UCLA. He did some stupid stuff and he's rich and then robbed a store.
Glasses?
Stupid.
Glasses?
Yeah, like
glasses.
Stupid. But he actually, that's good. I'm happy for that. Who was the other person? Oh, Zaire.
Let's talk about that real quick. Okay, so people are in an uproar about that whole situation. And the reason being, I'm sorry, I know we're supposed to end the show right now, but just real quick. People are in an uproar about the situation. The reason being, they think he got favoritism from his father because his father's part owner of the team that called him up. His father's owner of the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz affiliate team is the team that took Zaire 10th in the draft. He got picked before LiAngelo Ball did.
But who cares though? Like everybody in the NBA does that. Seth Curry is in the league because Steph put him on the team because he's his brother. Antetokounmpo, his brother, is on the Milwaukee Bucks currently right now. Anybody that has a brother that can look out for him and anybody who can get him a shot, I'm going to get my brother that shot. Dwayne Wade as a father having some type of pool to give my son a shot, I'm going to give my son a shot. You wouldn't give your son a shot or your daughter a shot to put him in a better position in life?
Bro, calm your tits.
I'm sorry. I got excited.
I'm on your side about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's stupid. Anybody who says
attacked, son.
Yeah,
I felt the pressure.
That's why we need to. So this is the reason why we started. The reason why we started doing the show with the shop in the background. Usually and normally there are about 6 to 8 barbers back here.
Right.
And a lot of the times, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking to them because that's why this show came into fruition in the first place.
Legit.
When we're in this shop, we're talking about all these different topics. It gets heated. There's great discussion. This is one of those topics. Somebody is going to say something stupid like, no, I don't think it's fair. And I'm like, what are you talking about? If you have a kid,
let the debate
if you have a family member that you can help that family member out, give them a shot. Now, Zaire is still going to have to make the team and perform and keep himself on the team.
Off the team.
I'm just giving him an opportunity to be able to advance in his career. So if you feel like that's not fair, eat crap. Because you would do the exact same thing for your kid, your cousin, your auntie, anybody that you could put them in a position to win. And if you wouldn't, you're a horrible person. So congratulations to all those young guys on the next step of their career. Hopefully they end up, making it up, getting called up, and I can't wait to see what they do in the league.
I would love to see LiAngelo play on the same team with his brother, LaMelo. Like that would be pretty cool.
It would be dope.
That would be dope as hell. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Anytime you get to see, because imagine how many times those guys played in their backyard against
together, right?
And now they plan and living their dreams together. It's good to see anybody live and live out their dreams.
No, that'd be dope.
Wrapping it up, like I was saying, picks of the week. Make sure you go check them out. Like and share the podcast. If you find the content to be entertaining, please make a comment in the comment section on any of the asinine things that Mike says and all of the great things and great points that I make. Make sure you pick my picks this week. We will be having a giveaway in the coming weeks.
If you want to go 50% again, make sure you pick his picks this week.
It's not going to happen again.
If you actually feel like winning or making some money gambling, use my picks and you can thank me later.
Yeah. Well, anything. We are here from Stellar Cuts. If you need to come get a haircut, make sure you come to the best barbershop in the South, in Wynwood, Miami, Florida. Mike's
Stellar
address.
Cuts, 2214 North Miami Avenue. Guys, you cannot miss us. It's a big red sign on the front that says Stellar Cuts Barbershop. We're looking forward to seeing you guys here.
Dopest barbers in all of South Florida. My co-host being one of the best of all time.